Hey guys, this is Jessica. For my podcast, I'll be speaking on the barriers of technology to our life's experiences. So last semester when I was living in Rome, me and my 5 roommates spent a weekend together in southern Italy. It was an amazing weekend. We had huge family meals, tanning on the beach, and it also just happened to be the first weekend that we were all out of the apartment at the same time, which was a fact that turned out to be a little bittersweet. We returned back to our apartment a little slap happy from the long bus ride. We ran in and we had left the apartment a complete mess, so I grabbed my dirty dishes from the kitchen table, went into the kitchen sink to start cleaning, and I heard a scream from my roommate's room, and she screamed, "My laptop's gone, my laptop's gone." And I didn't really think anything of it at first because that particular roommate happens to be a little dramatic at times. But when my second roommate screamed that her laptop was also gone, my stomach just dropped. And I ran to my room, which I hadn't been in yet, and noticed that my makeup had been spread all over my bedside table. My drawers were open, had all been rifled through, and my laptop, which I had left in my room, was not there. And I searched all over my room. I searched in the living room just hoping that I had forgotten where it was and it was still there, but it was gone. And our entire apartment just suddenly changed. It felt like it had been intruded upon. It felt like it wasn't home anymore. It was a home that we had built up over the course of an entire semester, and suddenly it felt completely different. So at this point, my whole apartment was just in a state of collapse. We were crying, we were screaming, we were afraid, on the phone with our parents, and finally one of my roommates had a moment of clarity and called our program director and our apartment director, who came over and helped us take the next steps to call the police, who further figured out that the intruder had come in through my bedroom window, which was a whole other lack of security for me. So it just really turned everything upside down. Now, aside from the obvious feelings of anger and fear and lack of security that came from the robbery, we also had to deal with not having laptops for the rest of the semester, which was a huge change for us because we had spent all of our time after class coming back. We would catch up with friends on Facebook, friends at home, Skype our parents, do our homework, all of that sort of thing. So everything just changed. We had to come up with different ways to occupy our time. We don't have TVs or anything like that in our apartments in Rome, so we started to explore, and it actually made a huge change to my experience in Rome. We found new restaurants, we found fun little hookah bars and shopping and places that we just really would have never even thought to look for had we had our laptops to occupy our time instead. So this just really shed light on how much time we spend absorbed in Facebook and communicating with people via the internet, when really we could be having experiences with new people and new places if we just look past the technology that's in front of us. I mean, think about walking to class. How many people do you see just texting on their phones? Every single person. I guarantee you, if they're not walking with someone, they're either listening to music, texting on their phone, on Facebook, on Twitter on their phone. It's just bizarre that you could miss out on so much because of what technology affords you. And you think that it's so great that you could do all these things with these technology, but in reality, you're missing out on so much more. So that was definitely a lesson that I learned when I was in Rome. And even though it was a horrible, horrible experience to have someone break into my home like that, and I would never wish that upon anyone, and I definitely had to pay my dues in buying a new laptop, but it really, really opened my eyes to what more is out there. So thank you for listening, and I will see y'all next time.